Today, I'm going to talk to you about multicultural marketing, and more specifically, why now more than ever it's very important. And if you're not doing so, like, how can you get started? Before you start the multicultural marketing, you really need to define your segments and think about more of it as not just an extension of advertising, but what is my growth opportunity? How will this help my overall business? And then once you figure that out, you need to start tracking your business performance by multicultural segments and see how they contribute to your business. From there, you can set up proper objectives and strategies. It is very important that you do not just go into a very general multicultural marketing way. And we'll go into that a little further in a minute. So it is ever evolving. And did you know that 44% of millennials come from a multicultural background? And almost 50% of Gen Zers come from a multicultural background. And together, those two generations make up nearly 42% of the US population. So multicultural marketing is no longer a niche segment and something we cannot ignore. So before you start advertising, again, really know who your customer is and explore the nuances of your audiences. It is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Also, if you go with stereotypes or generalizations, you're not authentic. And now more than ever, people are looking for authenticity with the brands that they back. So first, I would look at geography. You want to look and think more locally than just the United States. Like, do the Mexican Americans in Texas speak and have the same values as a Puerto Rican in New York or a Cuban American in Miami? They have different dialects, different Spanglish, different traditions. So think more locally in that. And again, from the geography standpoint, once you think more locally, think of bilingualism. Do you want to incorporate Spanglish? Do you want to talk about more, again, geographically, think about how they speak, different dialects, different slang terms. And you want to think about age as well. And ultimately, too, follow their core beliefs. Like for me, I am a second generation Mexican American. You can tell by my Southern accent that I am very American, and my family has assimilated here. But despite that, we are a very traditional Mexican family. My accent is very Southern, but we still hold those very strong family values, the religious values, and very much still in the home, speak Spanish and everything like that. So you have to think things more granularly. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. And then really close the gap between what you're saying and doing. So like I said before, authenticity is what younger Gen Zers and millennials specifically are looking for. And they want to back people that are authentic and believe in something. So you can't really sit back and just be neutral. So 65% of millennials expect brands to support social causes. And multicultural consumers are more likely to support brands that get behind social causes. And brands should strive to have their advertising messages address the social causes and corporate social responsibility efforts that they have to be authentic, brand relevant, and relatable. And then from there, you cannot defend or excuse your mistakes. We've seen this time and time again. It makes the news. But did you know the #1 reason to quit a brand was for racial or ethical disrespect, not just for their own segment, but for someone else's as well. So, and a brand's response to an error is watched 10 times more closely than the original mistake itself. So again, it's about being authentic. You say something wrong, you do something a little generalization that can be stereotypical in your advertising, and you got to own up to it and be authentic and just make a good apology. 35% of millennials are likely to use social media to call out brands that mishandle social issues. So again, that's why you want to own up and you don't want to go radio silent for a little while. You want to get ahead of it and again, be authentic with your apology And then 45 millennials are likely to boycott a brand that mishandles. So again, they're watching how you react 10 times more than what your original mistake was. So really think about that when there is a mishap, or if there is a mishap, like how you handle that situation. So we've talked about, the ever-evolving population of the United States and how it's just increasingly becoming more multicultural. So what are the next steps for your business? So first, I told you to really look at how multicultural marketing can expand your brand and the opportunities it has, and then to start looking at your segments and realizing who your customer really is and where they come from. So once you've done that, it's really important to create multicultural steps, marketing strategies. And to help with that is to surround yourself with experts. The more diverse your staff is, the more you'll learn and be comfortable reaching out to people and realizing what those multicultural segments are. And if you don't have that, find external experts that can help you, that know the local environment, that will help you realize what social issues or what dialects, what slang terms are important in that general area. And all of that to be said, that helps you be authentic. It is important for you, if you're going to be committed to multicultural marketing, you cannot do just something for Black History Month, just something during Pride Month, just something during Hispanic Heritage Month, because it is very obvious that you are not being authentic. You post for 1 month and then you just disappear. So if you're going to do multicultural marketing, it is a year-round, evergreen effort, and that just helps your voice be more authentic.